this movie is the reason there has never been a volcano in Los Angeles.
That's cinema, baby.
No, Mr. Wilson. I don't have to take that kind of talk from anyone.
That's right, you don't. How about going outside and trying to kick me around?
I'm not supposed to fight with the guests, Mr. Wilson.
I'm not a guest tonight, you yellow bastard. I happen to be an intruder.
Hello and welcome to The Good, the Pod, and the Lava, your favorite movie and volcano-based podcast. Traditionally, we are a film podcast that will do a deep dive on notable directors, actors, practical effects, and volcanoes. This season, we are doing a 4x4, which is 4 films with 4 directors, and the overriding theme for each is they are a hack. My name is Ken.
Man, bringing the energy and the dog noises in the background. My favorite movie volcano podcast is Whole Lava Love for cinema. This is Thomas.
This is Ryan.
And you've caught us in the second episode of our 4x4 series where we're each picking 4 movies. Our 4 hosts, Jack isn't here this week. But in his stead, we'll have some silence. There we go. And so we each picked 4 films by one director whom we consider a hack. Now, hack isn't a pejorative term. It's done with a lot of affection, and we each have our own definition of this as we're developing it through the series. But main thing to know is it's often a hired gun or a person who would help put light to the idea of the auteur theory.
Also, often people that the studios trusted to come in on time and not be a messed up shoot.
Yeah. So mine is Mick Jackson. And last week we covered his BBC 2 early film, Threads.
Woo.
Fan favorite. This week, as Ken has named it, Ash to Ash, we are covering 1997.
Ash to Ash.
Volcano. These movies have something in common. Well, I guess they have a few things in common.
Uh-huh.
They have many things in common. Some of those things that are in common include emergency management characters, news announcements, protests. I was surprised to see that. Dog.
Yeah.
Hospital.
Wow.
13-year-old girl.
Wow.
Right? Very specific. Melted half faces. And it's weird because also this movie stars Captain Astronaut himself, Two-Face, Tommy Lee Jones. Hey, both have rats, raining ash, looting. The people in charge remove art from the walls. It almost feels like an homage.
Yeah.
That he did that twice. Of course, they do that because of the looting, but both of them have a moment of sudden silence before the big event happens. Both have computer text on the screen, which was kind of a bit of a surprise for me at the ending of this film. And both of these movies have a daughter who doesn't want to eat.
Wow. Well done.
And if you notice, Ryan was awfully quiet during all that. Ryan, how many times have you watched this film?
How many times have I watched Volcano?
Volcano, yeah.
Well, I loved the part with Kevin Costner protecting superstar Whitney Houston from the volcano, but it never erupted. It was a very strange experience.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was in last week's movie Threads where he's like, I'm not a hero. I just found this postman uniform.
I got the scheduling wrong and watched a picture for our next set of movies instead of this one that we were supposed to talk about today.
Let's take advantage of it, Ryan. Ask us questions about the movie.
So many questions. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, hey, here's a question you could ask. What else have we covered in the year 1997 on this podcast?
What else have we covered?
Oh, what do you mean? Like all the films, or what do you?
What else have we covered in the year 1997?
Oh, we weren't around in 1997. We got started in the year 2020.
God damn it.
Also, but previous episodes of this pod, because we're
First you make me watch Threads, and then you pull this shit.
So we also at 97, you could have watched in the theaters as opposed to going and seeing Volcano, Gummo, Con Air, Face Off. It's a big year.
Yeah.
The Postman.
Yeah.
I'm not a hero. I just found this uniform.
Event Horizon.
Woo.
Absolute Power.
Eh.
Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
Oh, fuck.
Bad
That's a
accent.
shitty fucking movie.
And Perfect Blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ken, you were alive when this movie came out. Did you watch it in theaters?
I did. This is when I was working 2 nights a week as a relief manager at the Guild Theater in downtown Portland. So I had a free pass to all the Regal cinemas and would often go see movies on my days off. And this was one of them.
People get a lot of traction out of this. Did you also watch Dante's Peak?
Of course, Dante's Peak. Man, that was
Peak Volcano right there.
Yeah, that was filmed partially in Idaho, in the section between Washington and Montana. So I had driven past it many times. I'm a big Dante's Peak supporter.
Oh, Dante's Peak is a real location?
No, it's not. But
LA
filmed,
is.
Yeah, well, some people are saying.
Okay. Even though this is my director, my pick, and these 4 movies of his are my picks,
Uh-huh.
I'd never seen this film before.
Wow.
So I was like you, Ryan, but then I watched the film for the podcast. Twice, in fact.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, the first time I watched it just to let it wash over me, and the second time I was keeping track of the plot while cooking dinner
Uh-huh.
and doing some emails and other things, maybe picking up my toenails.
So I had rewatched most of this film in I think 2022 when Hannah Heche died, because I always liked her. I thought she was funny. She was projected intelligence. She was great at playing twins on daytime television. But when we started it the other day, there was 25 minutes left in the movie, which says a lot about my feelings about this movie.
I see. So you had stopped it at some point along the way.
Never went back.
Okay. I'm with you. It seems like a movie you could watch through osmosis if it was ever on television. I don't remember it ever being on any like hotel rooms I'm staying in.
It seems like it should have been though, right?
It seems very like I would call like a nursing home film. Like you just pick it up at any time. You don't need to know what happened right before it because it's very obvious.
Yeah. Ryan, do you have questions about the plot?
Where does this volcano erupt?
It's
well,
underneath the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France.
I don't think that's right.
God damn it.
Here, how about this? I'm going to give you some clues because what's
Tommy Lee Jones doing in Paris?
Well, because he just left St. Louis, if I remember right, to take this job.
Old St. Louis?
Okay. So while they have that terrible tagline on the poster, the coast is
terrible.
Toast. I think it's toast.
That's Don Draper shit right there, buddy.
I don't think so.
The coast is toast is pretty good, Thomas.
Thank you, Ryan.
Because it rhymes. It's not toast. Toast is beautiful bread. Burnt.
Everybody knows what it means, and who wants to see the coast get toasted? What coast? Which coast are we talking about?
A lot of people do not like Southern California, so
there's a volcano in Southern California.
Whoa. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. That was on the poster, but in the preview, in the trailer, they have a lot of the scenes from the beginning of the movie, and then in the last 15 seconds, all of a sudden there's narration. There's a voiceover.
Oh, really?
And what they say is, in a city where anything can happen, it does. It's just fucking terrible. So here's mine. This summer, the lava leaves the lamp. Yeah?
No,
it's not bad.
Toast is better.
Okay, well, that's on the poster.
Toast is great. Yeah.
Okay, how about this one? This summer, this is going to give you a hint. This summer, you can't spell lava without LA.
Ah.
This is bad too. Why is there a volcano in Los Angeles? When did this happen?
1997. Well, okay. No, actually, the answer to that question, can I answer that question honestly? Based off the last, no.
Can I answer it with something that may or may not be real?
Well, okay, but I'm going to give the real thing after you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It might be the real thing. They are breaking ground for a new ride at Universal Studios, which is the producer of the film. And they accidentally tap so far down that it creates a lava flow from underneath. And the makeup of the ride is actually like the Matterhorn at Disneyland. And lava actually comes up, and people at the amusement park are at first like, oh my God, look at that new ride. It's so great. But then stuff starts falling down and kids' faces start melting and everybody runs away screaming. And that's basically the first 10 minutes of the movie.
I don't know if that's believable. I don't know if that's your fault or the movie's fault, but
no, I thought you were asking legitimately when there was a volcano in LA, not like movie world. And so in 1999, real life LA Director of Office of Emergency Management, which is the role that Tommy Lee Jones plays. In 1999, the real life LA Director of Office of Emergency Management, Iva Firestone, credits this film for why there have been no volcanoes in LA.
Wow.
So while you had a big issue with threads not preventing nuclear weapons in the world, not being Superman and the fourth movie going and collecting them all and throwing them into the sun, this movie is the reason there has never been a volcano in Los Angeles.
So Mick Jackson prevented nuclear annihilation and then also stopped a volcano from erupting underneath Universal Studios?
No, I'm not a scientist, but that's what the LA Director of Emergency Management said in 1999. I have written down here, so it must be true. So there is no Universal Studios.
No, it's La Brea Tar Pits.
I was going to ask how the tar pits factored into this.
Wait, how do you know about the tar pits?
Oh, whenever I'm in Los Angeles, I make sure to stop by the tar pits. That's one of the prime sightseeing destinations.
It's a great museum. I thought you were saying that you knew that there was a volcano underneath it. The movie opens with like a little bit like threads with there's the computer readout, but then you immediately get to a bunch of different radio announcements like threads, but it's more varied. It's not about a volcano or lava or anything else. It's gospel, like a preacher and the sports scores, and just like if you were flipping through the radio in the 90s. And interspersed with day scenes on the street, which I love, right? I love that opening of Beverly Hills Cop. You go under the surface and you see the lava. And you come back to the surface. And you go back down and you see the lava.
And then Tommy Lee Jones.
For the end of the film.
Yeah?
Oh, there becomes a volcano in Los Angeles. And it's Mount Wilshire. Status A. Capital A. Capital C. Capital T. Capital I. Capital V. Capital E.
It's an actor. So yeah, it ends with the volcano working part-time at Starbucks and going to auditions to be in a movie. Tommy Lee Jones plays a 51-year-old divorced father of one with a harpy ex-wife. And probably the funniest scene, I wrote this down, when he is with three other guys, and then a beeper goes off, and they're all like, oh, whose is it? Whose is it? Oh. And then he smiles like he's so proud of himself. It's mine.
So this movie is, so he has a harpy ex-wife, but you never see her. She's just on the phone. Yeah.
Incredible.
Charlie Brown teaching it. Yep. And his daughter's useless. And the reason his daughter's with him is because he's on vacation. He has like a week of vacation or something. But an earthquake happens. And he's like, gosh, I need to hurry up and go into the office to see about that earthquake. Where Don Cheadle fucking tears up every scene as his his second in command, who is his number one, right? I guess.
Yeah.
It's weird that in Star Trek you have a number one, but your second in command who steps in and is Picarding the shit out of it, but then has to step back down whenever Tommy Lee Jones is on the scene because he can't take a vacation. Things are too important.
Yeah, he goes on to work on his day off. So he's basically a 51-year-old playing a 21-year-old.
So I've already tipped my hand that Tommy Lee Jones is in this movie, but here's another tagline I have. Volcano. If you thought you were watching Dante's Peak, there's 100% more Two-Face and 1,000% less blonde.
Who else is in this picture?
Anne Heche plays, it's a geologist, right?
Yes.
And I think
so.
I mean, I liked Anne Heche. I thought she was great. But there's a scene early in the movie where she's wearing glasses, and each time I go and like, okay, one of my
is that why you never get through it?
My Hollywood girlfriends wearing glasses is everything I ever wanted in a movie. And then what does she even have them for? She doesn't wear them the rest of the movie. Whatever.
Yeah, she does. I think she wears them right before she does a press conference, so she can take them off.
Yes. Yeah.
She has a bestie who's a work friend who doesn't want to be in front of the cameras, who's also into seismology and things going on underneath the earth. Mm-hmm. And they believe that there might be volcanic activity. Tommy Lee Jones is skeptical. And so they decide to go down to take a look because there's been an accident. They're digging underneath LA near the
subway tunnels. Yeah.
So they can expand the subway line, so this film is interesting because I've been watching a lot of 70s disaster films. And those 70s disaster films like Airport or Airport 75, or Airport 77, or Airport Concorde, or Concorde Airport 79, whatever that is, they usually have a bunch of characters in it. Like too many characters, typically.
Yeah, yeah.
And this movie has a lot of characters. And so there is a subway that's going underneath LA that's expanding, which was protests against by a rich developer who was married to a doctor who helps the unfortunate at some level. Like he doesn't want her to be at the ER anymore. He wants her instead to do like tennis elbow, I think is what he says he wants her to treat, as opposed to gunshot wounds. Yeah. But that subway also ties into a dude who's arguing with Anne. I always said it Heche, so I might mispronounce it. Anne Heche, in her intro, meet cute with Tommy Lee Jones because he is the person in charge of expanding the subway, and he will have a very unfortunate death.
Tommy Lee Jones dies?
Nope. The dude who gets introduced, who introduces Anne Heche's character to Tommy Lee Jones in the command center where Don Cheadle is, and the guy who plays Bunny from The Wire.
Oh, I like The Wire. I like Bunny. Bunny Colvin?
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
Shit.
No, that's a different guy.
No, that's a different guy.
Do Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner enter after the eruption? Is that why we haven't discussed them yet?
No, yes.
Okay, all right.
Do you have any serious questions, Ryan? Oh, is there a moment where a dog saves a bone from lava? Yes. Does this movie cure racism?
Yes. I have, that's one of my notes. Does the Zodiac killer get melted in the lava while saving a coworker?
Oh. Who no, it wasn't a coworker. Well, I guess it kind of is, but he tosses the coworker.
Yes. As he is melting in the lava in the subway tunnels.
Does a small leap for middle-aged man look better in slow motion? Does lava make a growling noise at times because it's a monster? Yeah, these are all good questions.
No, it totally does. Does lava come through a street from underneath in the shape of a shark's fin above street level? Does that happen in the movie, Ryan? Maybe
does it?
Maybe it does.
So,
it sounds like that LL Cool J song, which reminds me, Volcano. This isn't LL Cool J, but it's rap. Volcano, get up, get down. 9/11 is a joke in your town. That was another thing I was spitballing for.
Did you say that was LL Cool J?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I said that's Public Enemy, and I was saying that it's adjacent because LL Cool J was in the shark movie where he raps about his hat being a shark fin at the end. I'm sorry, I'm going everywhere. The City of Angels is going to hell. Right?
The La Brea tar pits. So is there an actual eruption here? Or does lava just kind of start gushing everywhere?
Yeah, so it's McAllister Park where they notice that the water is starting to get warmer than it's supposed to, which like there's a sense that there might be volcanic activity. This is all after the subway. There's like 4 subway workers who die. One gets pulled out, and he says something like "hot" or something. What does he say? Can you remember?
You sound like the characters at the end of Threads. Work, hot.
So he gets taken to the hospital where we've been previously introduced to doctor fiance. And she determines that, even though she doesn't tell anybody else in the film, that it couldn't have been steam. It had to be something else. It smells like sulfur that he's been burned by. And Heche says it's very strange that water's gotten up so many degrees. And then Tommy Lee Jones has a question about what magma is or something.
What's magma?
Yeah, but when the big eruption happens, I think that happens through the La Brea tar pits.
Yes, that is correct.
So lava's underground, but when it comes out of the ground at a mountain or somewhere in LA, maybe the tar pits, it becomes a volcano. Becomes lava. I'm not an Anne Heche.
No, you're not.
I was hoping to see one of the plastic dinosaurs that lives in the tar pit get like launched across the city. Maybe hit the Hollywood sign.
Oh, that would have been good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that is not in this movie.
So in the movie, they the whole scheme of Tommy Lee Jones is trying to redirect the lava flow from the heavily populated areas. And so they come up with the idea to put up some concrete to move the lava so it goes into the homeless area of the town because nobody cares about them.
Skid Row?
Yeah.
That's not true.
Jesus.
Isn't it?
No, the coast is toast. They had to send it into the ocean.
Yeah, they basically make a funnel to the Pacific Ocean for the lava.
By destroying a skyscraper to block the lava so it goes through the LA River or something? Through ditches?
Yes, something like that.
But the big problem there is that the lava is headed towards the hospital where earlier there's something called lava rocks or something. They look like asteroids that pop up out of the ground, land, and then can shoot or spit lava onto you, which happens to Tommy Lee Jones's daughter because she won't stay in the fucking car. And
she won't really. She fucking sucks.
Yeah. And so he then hands her off to the doctor who was on her way to work, but is helping a firefighter who's been injured. And then so the doctor takes the daughter, despite the daughter not wanting to leave her dad in the middle of fires and hell, basically.
Yes.
So that she could get medical treatment for a 2nd-degree burn, along with like the firefighter who's bleeding out right next to her.
Yeah. Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones basically like just get her off my hands.
But then a little bit like the Lex Luthor girlfriend in Superman 1, he's like, "Oh no, I just sent my daughter to where the disaster is happening."
Whoops.
And so he has double reasons to save her. But then he has even more reason to save her because she is healed from her wound and is looking after 2 smaller kids, babysitting them. And one of them's name's Tommy, I think. And Tommy wanders off from the Hard Rock Cafe. Maybe the same Hard Rock Cafe as LA Story we'll talk about next week or the week after. And so she goes to look for Tommy in the abandoned building that is owned by the doctor's fiance or husband who it's abandoned, but he spent all so much money, so leveraged, but he's able to build it up. That's why he was protesting the subway earlier. It's exploding. It's going to explode. And Tommy Lee Jones's daughter's in there looking for the kid.
Okay.
So in a moment that I feel like is wasted, because it would have made there's some great stuff in cinema. It's always good when you can up the game, right?
Uh-huh.
And there's a very classic Buster Keaton where the barn falls.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I wanted that to happen with the skyscraper falling onto Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, that would have been fucking great.
Instead, everybody gets gray-faced, which lets the Tommy kid, when he's rescued by David Keith, who shows up out of fucking nowhere. David Keith is like, oh, wait, I'm in this movie. Where have I been in the last hour? I don't know, taking care of shit. I'm here. What am I supposed to do? I don't know, but I'm going to carry this kid out at the end of the movie so the kid can look around at everybody in gray face.
Can get creeped the fuck out.
What's that?
Everybody looking at him gets creeped the fuck out.
Oh, he is. All kids look like that to me, though. So he's carrying David, and David Keith's carrying the Tommy character, and he's like, so what does your mom look like? He's trying to find her, I guess, amongst the rubble. I don't know. And the kid's like, oh, she looks like everybody looks the same.
Racism's over.
Yep. And if that wasn't enough, earlier, a cop unhandcuffs a black dude, a white cop handcuffs a black dude, an LAPD officer, so that he can help them lift the world's heaviest Jersey bumper, like a concrete divider. And that also cures the racism in LA.
Well, the black guy has to prove himself. The piece of shit cop does not.
Both of them are annoying fucking characters, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How about this for a tagline? From the writer and Imagineer of Gemini Man and Richard Jewell comes the tale of
Billy Ray. Don't be talking shit about Bill. This was something where he came on and, as hacks often do. Writers can be hacks as well. He comes on after an original script that people want to make and it's not very good. And he comes up and basically rewrites the entire thing.
Yeah.
And that's the dumb movie that we get.
Yeah. From the writer and Imagineer of Gemini Man and Richard Jewell comes a tale of Tommy Lee Jones, Anne Hyde, and a big old can of whoop ash.
They couldn't have said Gemini Man and Richard Jewell in 1997, though.
Okay, well, they could have said, if you can't stand the heat, also shot in LA, maybe watch Volcano.
I got a couple for you, Thomas. This is from the IMDb storyline summary by Anthony Pereira.
Oh, I love him.
Something unspeakably chilling is ultimately starting to heat up at the city of Los Angeles.
That's
okay.
That kind of sucks.
Okay. Hey, how about this? This volcano and crevice, no one can hear you scream.
Oh, I like that.
Volcano, an adventure 4.6 billion years in the making. Parentheses, Spielberg, close parentheses.
What?
Well, because it's from Jurassic Park.
I see.
Volcano, you never go into MacArthur Park again.
So it's good. That's my understanding.
I did have a note. If any producers of HBO's television smash hit The Pit are listeners, the rough outlines of this movie would make a great background plot to season 3 of The Pit.
Oh, I like it.
Okay. Hit me up, producers.
It's hard to say, how wild this movie is and how much kind of just mindless fun. Because there are no stakes. Unlike Threads, there are no, the stakes are huge. LA is going to be taken out, melted to the ground. At the same time, you know that nothing bad's going to happen. Right. And how you know that is that at one point, there's a helicopter like filming Tommy Lee Jones running around like a madman, and Don Cheadle's watching it from the command center, and he's on the phone again with the chief of police, and he's like lying that that's not Tommy Lee Jones. And so you cut from there to fires have broken out everywhere, and a woman standing outside her house saying, "Oh, my dog, my dog." And you cut to inside so that the dog can go save his bone. I shit you not. And like run out right before the fire catches the house. And then she picks up the dog. And if that's not enough, the end of this movie, Don Cheadle shows up to deliver Tommy Lee Jones's dog to Tommy Lee Jones and his daughter, reunited after the buildings collapsed on top of them. And they are unscathed.
Yeah, they don't find his daughter's sneaker and then the rubble like the kid in Threads. That's for sure.
They found his leg in Threads with the catch of the sneaker. It's not the sneaker wasn't the thing that was shocking about that. It was a leg that was attached to the sneaker that was not attached to the body. That was upsetting. It's not like, where am I going to get another 9.5? Just I had to buy 2 shoes again? No, it's his leg, dude.
So, Thomas, I guess my main question after watching these 2 movies, besides the accolade to you for pairing them up, because I think it's diabolically ingenious, was Mick Jackson specifically targeted for this film because of his experience on Threads?
Yeah, I don't. Even though there's like all these parallels, like I was saying in that both. Like there's some very specific things that happen in Threads that also happens in this movie.
Yeah.
And it feels like an homage to himself. I don't necessarily think so. I read an interview before Temple Grandin came out with his 2010. And he said, like, just kind of like how he's gone through things. Oh, never mind. This is a different quote, but I still want to read this one. And then I'll talk about the other one. Mick Jackson says, "I sound as if I specialize in the disease of the week movie. I've done Lou Gehrig's, that was his Tuesdays with Morrie. I've done Down syndrome and now autism." Laughs. But everyone is a movie, and it's a good movie if it happens to be about the people. And then the interviewer says, "Well, it's not about a disease, but for what it's worth, I'm very partial to Volcano." To which Mick says, "That was fun, but take some advice from me. If you're ever directing a movie, don't get in a race with another movie on the same subject." Dante's Peak. Nobody ever says, "Oh, I saw the second Volcano movie."
Wait, which one came out first?
Dante's Peak by like 4 weeks.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah. But the quote I wanted to pull was, by the late 1980s, I directed, this is Mick's talking, I'm on a first name basis with him. By the late 1980s, I had directed 3 successful TV ventures in succession: Threads, The Race for the Double Helix, and a political miniseries, A Very British Coup. All of them won British Academy Awards, among other prizes. Gary Oldman was already attached to star in Chattanooga and told the producers he wanted me to direct them because of my work on A Very British Coup.
Oh.
So that's how he gets his big movie that's going to have a theatrical release. So I shot that in the US while I was still officially living in England. Then Steve Martin saw Race for the Double Helix and A Very British Coup and asked me to direct him in the comedy LA Story. Then finally Kevin Costner saw LA Story and asked me to direct him in The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston, a movie which Ryan will watch instead of Volcano.
Yes.
And then I guess from The Bodyguard, they were like, "Well, do you want to direct this film?" The only thing we're leaving out in that progression is Blank Slate, which I think a lot of people forgot because it's a movie about forgetting.
So what about the Kevin Costner and Steve Martin thing? What about Threads made people think, "Oh, that's the guy for this romantic comedy"?
You are forgetting, Ken. This season is about hacks. One of the things that Mick says about directing The Bodyguard is that he really likes it because whenever he's on a plane and the stewardess or steward comes up and says, the attendant comes up and says, "Oh, you're like, what do you do?" "I'm a director." And he says, "Oh, what have you directed anything I might have seen?" He goes, "Well, I directed The Bodyguard." They give him a second drink for free.
Ah.
Well, yeah, it's crazy that he went from The Bodyguard to Clean Slate to TV shows and then back to Volcano. Like, The Bodyguard was a huge hit. He should have been
No. Clean Slate was before The Bodyguard, wasn't it?
No, it came out 2 years later.
What is Clean Slate? I'm not.
It's a Dana Carvey movie. Oh, you're right. Damn. In my head, it's always like right after LA Story.
Oh, just like how I thought The Bodyguard came after Volcano. I see how it
you know,
goes.
what I have is some notes in front of me that I can refer to before I dedicate 2 hours of my life to something. Clean Slate is a Dana Carvey movie where he has like amnesia, but he's also, I think, like a private eye.
What?
And right? Isn't that the movie?
This sounds like the greatest movie ever made. How come I've never seen it?
I don't think anyone really saw it. It was a pretty big bomb.
Yeah, but it sounds
not like in Threads, which had a pretty big bomb.
Different kind of bomb.
Threads and The Bodyguard both have a lot of procedural focus. Is that hold true for Volcano too? Is he get interested in the hows and whys of Volcano?
Not any more so than LA Story,
analysis?
which we'll talk about eventually.
Okay.
No, it is pure popcorn.
Yeah.
Movie logic for things.
Huh.
There is no depth to this film aside from when they go underground. So at one point, Ryan, the dude who introduces Anne Heche to Tommy Lee Jones in the command center, who is working on the subways, who's in charge of the subway construction. Ken says that he like dies and he tosses the other guy away. He dies because he lands in lava. And then he melts like the second iteration of the Terminator.
Yes, that's what it's like.
He like melts down into the lava. Like he sinks in the lava. The lava melts him like he is a chocolate bunny left out after Easter. And that he also gives him time to toss the person he saved, the driver of the subway, away from him as he's melting down.
Stupid.
Does he give a thumbs up as he's submerging like Arnold and the Terminator?
No, he gives a look before it happens. Like in that look, it's like tell my wife I love her and I'm sorry I'm the Zodiac killer.
There's a moment. Okay, so I was talking about Anne Heche having like a sidekick who wears glasses and doesn't take them off, if I remember right. So they go down to investigate before things start erupting. And they're walking, like, we're near where the things happened. And the ground opens up. Sidekick falls down to like infinite drop into a crevasse, right? Like there's no bottom to it. You drop the coin, there's no bottom to it. And then all of a sudden, like the roaring volcano lava comes up. And it expands out, and then it sucks itself back down. and afterwards, Anne Heche is like, sad for like 30 seconds. And then 15 minutes later in the movie, she's watching the eruption happen, and she thinks fondly of her friend. She's like, oh, you would have loved to see this. And by the end of it, Anne Heche is like surrogate mom, ready to go home with Tommy Lee Jones and help raise their kid.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or her sister.
Age
difference.
I saw a promo photo with them standing romantically in front of fake fire, and Tommy Lee Jones' arms around Anne Heche's waist, and that just seems ludicrous. He's like, this is grandpa.
So you have to remember, this is Tommy Lee Jones after his Oscar in The Fugitive.
Yeah.
And then obviously The Men in Black. So he was, it's weird, Tommy Lee Jones being a bit bankable.
Oh, I love the guy.
I do too. He's one of my all-time favorites. But it is weird to think that a guy that looks like him is like, oh yeah, Anne Heche, Tommy Lee Jones, they're going to hook up.
I think she's just his beard.
or vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he is definitely in the fugitive U.S. Marshals mode of, like, this volcano, Pick the wrong city on the wrong day.
Here's a thought that I had to try and describe this movie. I asked myself while I was watching it, can AI actually write this badly? But I was thinking about it, and what's interesting is, like, I was thinking about like how that has this similar tone to the 70s disaster movies. And while I was thinking about that, I was like, oh shit, this reminds me of RoboCop 2 for some reason. And I was thinking about it because it's serious, but not too serious is the thing, right? The line that it's walking. And I was thinking about it, I was like, oh shit, this feels like a sequel. In the first movie, Jones and his wife, she's pregnant, and then they split after the disaster that happens in St. Louis, which is why he moves to LA. There's a character that we haven't even mentioned yet, whose name's Gator. The whole movie, Lee's just asking me, my spouse watching it with me, says, who's Gator? Not like who's playing the character of Gator, but like, who the fuck's this guy who's just like an extra character who's just doing stuff named Gator? And so in the original movie, maybe Gator is Jones's like right-hand man, and they pick up a scrappy Don Cheadle along the way. And maybe like Keith David was hanging out there along the Mississippi in like a reverse Beverly Hills Cop movie. And it just seems like everybody in this movie had been in a, like, this movie feels like it was like like there was a movie before it.
Yeah.
Let's just like jump into this movie and care about anybody. But it's not actually there.
That is a really astute observation, Thomas. Well done. Because there's something, despite the fact there's some unscrupulous business real estate developers, which, but there's not a whole lot of conflict. There's nobody at Tommy Lee Jones's job. It's like, you're supposed to be on vacation. Get out of there. Or forcibly removing him from the scene and then him having to come back. There's no mayor from Jaws, really, that makes things worse.
Or the mayor from Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it's all about them reacting to the stuff and making it better. That's why I called it like competency porn, because these are the people you want if there's a volcano erupting in Los Angeles, right? And there's no part where it's like the failings of the system after the nuclear war in Threads. This is like complete opposite, where you feel like all these people and everything they have set up, if there was a nuclear war, they'd probably do a good job.
So is Los Angeles saved at the end of this?
Yes.
Wow.
Now, at one point, all electricity goes out, but you forget about that because it's daylight at some point. Like the intensity or the magnitude of what happens, don't they go to a different city? Like they cut to all of a sudden, like outside of Los Angeles. And it says like so many miles away. Do you remember this, Ken?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. At some point, right before shit gets really real and they go silent like they do in Threads, they like cut to the desert. And you get a sign that says Mojave Desert.
Yeah. Okay. I do remember that.
It says Mojave Desert. It says like so many miles away. And then it shows a sign for a city, which is a different amount of mileage away. But it doesn't matter because you have smoke that disappears back into a hole and a human target, like heat-seeking meteorites that come out of the ground and hit people. At one point, Heche said, okay, you were asking like, oh, is this procedural or like really well researched? At one point, Heche, and maybe this is true, I don't know, but her character, one of those meteorites come up and firefighters are looking at it and people are saying, or like maybe going to take action. She goes, wait, no, don't. You don't do anything until you know where it's going to land.
She is like Alan Grant in Jurassic Park, but they don't explain how she knows this.
But also, what is it like? What is it? Did you understand that, Ken? Like, I have no clue like how that helps. Like, don't run away from it until it's about to crush you.
I don't. Yeah. I mean, afterwards, everybody's like, oh, I'm glad she was around. Phew. High-fiving her.
And I swear to you, Keith David. I'm afraid I'm going to say David Keith because that's
it's criminal how small his role is.
Yeah,
it really is.
He's like George Kennedy in the first airport movie. He just like shows up like halfway into the film, and it's like, oh, cool. Of course you're here. You're a lieutenant. I thought it was going to be the police sergeant. Oh, you're not. Oh, you're just someone we haven't met yet in the film. Cool. What are you going to do? Nothing?
Nothing.
All right. We'll keep you around to save little Tommy at the end.
Well, this movie sounds wonderful, gentlemen.
Cool.
Yeah, we're bagging on it, but it is a lot of fun.
Well, as Jack mentioned last week, the special effects, the early CGI is kind of crappy, but around it is so much practical effects and location work that it still looks okay. The lava looks fucking stupid.
Right.
But you know what? I mean, actually filming on location where it's supposed to be happening, and nobody loves Los Angeles landmarks like the Angeline billboard and whatever, like people who live there. A lot of it feels like in-jokes for people who live in LA.
Sure.
But it's just so nice to see them filming on real streets and not backlots or green screens or whatever that big Jumbotron thing they filmed the Star Wars stuff on. It looks good. It looks good.
Yeah, it does.
I do have a more considered question than my earlier volleys. So a few years before this, Independence Day came out, right? And
only a year before, I think.
What?
I think only a year before, but I was wrong about Blank Slate.
Sure. I remember at the time the teaser trailer, which features the White House getting blown up, was supposed to be like thrilling and make people, you know, I mean, it's not a horror movie, but it was supposed to be unnerving to watch. And the audiences uniformly responded with cheers when that occurred in the film, surprising the filmmakers.
What?
Yeah, you didn't hear about this, or you don't remember it?
No.
When the White House blew up in the Independence Day trailer, like people hooted and hollered because, you know, Washington is shitty was the idea. And they'd be glad to see the White House get blown up.
Yeah, this is also in the neoliberal ascendancy of the Clinton era, which I also think informs the movie we're talking about today, Volcano. Because it does feel like the competency and the belief in the people who are running things was like a blip that happened during this era. But like a lot of the reactionary stuff in the 70s and 80s, I don't know. The Clinton era was an amazing era to live through because the baby boomers really felt they had solved it.
Yeah.
They nailed it. And then you get movies like this, which are just fun movies where people in the government do a good job and they save us.
Right.
Yeah,
Hypernormalization is a great documentary about this period and that neoliberal ascendancy, Ken.
Oh, okay.
Free on YouTube, 6 hours long, worth every penny.
Wait, is that from what's his name? What's the name?
Adam Clayton. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, he's great.
Yeah. I brought up Independence Day because from the guys the way you guys are describing the tone made me wonder if it's so weird because they're trying to keep it light for the audience, like a peppy movie about this awful disaster striking our second biggest city.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's ever portrayed as an awful disaster. You never feel like, oh, Los Angeles is gone.
Well, so Don Cheadle loves his job.
There you go. You're in trouble right there.
And so it is amazing. He's like, disaster, I love it, right? I sleep here at the office. I'm ready. I want it. Okay. And it's like, wow, okay. Like there is at no point, even like I was saying, like Anne Heche's like maybe best friend, at least coworker, falls in a hole and then it's like forgotten. Like she remembers her fondly a few minutes later, but it's not like, oh yeah, my friend just died.
She's not heartbroken, curled up in a ball. Yeah.
No, there are two people who sacrifice themselves in the film to stop the lava from destroying all of LA somehow. And that's two demolition people. One gets caught. Like, I don't remember, like his jacket gets snagged or something. He can't go. And then he just off the bombs. And his friend who's with him, like his partner, is like, well, I guess we'll go together. And you don't see their bodies blown up. You don't see like flesh go onto the camera, or they find their leg later with their missing shoe, which I guess apparently Ken's very upset by. And it's a moment of heroic. But yeah, Independence Day and Twister was right before this.
Yeah.
It was 96. And then after this would be Armageddon and Deep Impact, and that weirdness of like, oh, asteroid, meteorite coming to Earth, destroying Earth, two of the same movie in the same year.
Are we?
Yeah.
Are we at the point where we call these movies neo-disaster movies? Because all of them are about, some of them have some bad guys, but they're all about really good, competent people who sometimes make sacrifices but avert the worst that these disasters are offering.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why would they be neo? Well, just because of the 70s disasters movies, or?
Well, because the 70s disaster movies, it's usually the rugged individual. It's the individual who usually comes out on top. It's not the system is never seen as...
The system will not help you.
The system is not seen as a solution. It's seen as an obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this whole thing you're talking about, even Armageddon, where it's like, we're a bunch of guys. We scratch our balls and drink beer. We're going to go get the meteor. Even that, they have all of NASA and Billy Bob Thornton behind them, right? Anyway, this is for a different podcast.
I saw Independence Day, and otherwise I haven't seen any of these disaster films from the 90s. I'm surprised.
Right. Season 18 uploading right now. The neo-disaster films of the 1990s.
Woo.
Hell yeah. Did we lose Thomas?
No, I'm trying. The dude who wants to save his neighborhood named Kevin has this line.
The neighborhood is named Kevin?
It's LA. It's weird.
We love it.
There you go.
The end of this movie is the Randy Newman song, though. I Love LA.
Uh-huh.
Which it gives you a sense of like the tone of the film.
Right. I did watch the original music video for that a couple hours ago, Thomas.
It's insane, right?
Like terrible. So many ass and boob shots.
Yeah, just ass and boob and set shots. And he doesn't like Chicago or New York because of homeless people. Seriously, that is the opening of that song.
And it's cold.
Yeah, that as well. This dude, this line doesn't make any sense to me. I think it's in the script. I don't think he ad-libbed it. But the entire time, like early in the film, he's harassed by some white cops. Then he shows up before the lava comes out, when things are just on fire and there's the earthquake, and gets handcuffed, and it makes no sense that he's getting handcuffed, but he's trying to get people to come help him, like go a few blocks down to save his neighborhood where the woman with the dog is and other people, right? He gets unhandcuffed. He's supposed to leave because he's not, but then he's going to help lift this barricade, because the moving barricades to prevent, this is before the eruption happens, the lava's just like slowly seeping out. And so they're going to the cops all shoot a bus, his tires with their guns, and then the firefighters push it over.
Yep.
It's like, it's insane how many times they shoot the tires. That they managed to hit them all the tires with like 20 cops shooting their guns. And so they're moving these barricades, but for some reason, this one barricade is just so heavy that it's going to need some extra help. So dude has been unlawfully detained, like comes back to help. And he has this line. Well, okay, I'm just giving you some of the lines, and then I'm going to give you his. Shit, it's too heavy. Hey, man, you know what they say? No pain, no gain.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. And he says this. I knew it. I'm about to become the Volcano version of Rodney King.
Yes.
What does that fucking mean?
I don't know.
What does that mean? But that's a line in this movie that did not get cut.
Wow. That's incredible. There's a surprising zinger in The Bodyguard that we will discuss in
at some point
2 weeks' time. Yeah.
Hey, so Ryan, this movie did not quite make enough because of the whole Volcano movie thing, but they did have a sequel planned for it before it underperformed.
Okay.
So where do you think the sequel was going to take place?
New York City.
A, New York City.
Okay.
B, Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Or C, Los Angeles again, but this time there's a second volcano, and it's just called Volcanoes.
I'm going to go with New York City.
Okay.
Manhattan.
There was never a planned sequel. I just made that up.
Oh, okay. God damn it. I was going to say they're getting out over their skis down there in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones needs to rein those guys in.
They could team up with the Men in Black.
Is this worth seeing?
Now that you've talked, well, if you're going to have an opinion about it, I guess not, because that doesn't ever prevent you from having an opinion about a movie.
Jesus Christ. The Whale is widely considered to be fucking awful. Okay, I am not alone in my hatred of that movie or in my belief in its fat phobia.
I didn't even use those words. Those are your words. You just brought up a movie out of nowhere.
Damn.
I do not think. I think you can easily go to your grave without having seen this film.
It sounds like a rockin' good time.
Okay, Ryan, true or false? Tommy Lee Jones and Anne Heche have a sex scene in this movie.
Oh, false.
Yeah, it's false.
Yeah. Even pairing, those two together, they're not going to do that to poor Anne Heche.
R.I.P. Anne Heche. What a troubled life she led. She was a brief moment playing twins on a soap opera. She was in some big budget movies. She was great.
Similar to my lack of disaster film knowledge, I've seen Wag the Dog and 0 other Anne Heche movies.
Well, she didn't have the best taste in films, but she did a lot of TV. And she was on that soap opera as twins.
She made that documentary with Harrison Ford about crashing his plane.
Yes, that is correct. Oh, she dated Ellen DeGeneres too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
That was a big deal at the time.
Yeah.
The only other thing I think to mention, because he'll show up in the next, or in The Bodyguard, is that Richard Schiff from The West Wing is in this.
Yeah.
Richard Schiff.
Who do you think did more damage to Los Angeles, the volcano or Ellen DeGeneres?
Oh.
Hey, I'm here on Fridays every week.
All right, that's gonna front load the episode right there. That'll really get people listening. Yeah, this was a good chaser to Threads, because it is, like Thomas said, you could put it on the background. You're cleaning the living room.
Yeah, if I watch this movie like I accidentally did Doubt the first time and had my disc player on shuffle, it wouldn't matter too much. Wouldn't matter too much, no.
Yeah.
It really is fascinating that one creator can go from Threads to this. And it's like he made several things in Britain that were very serious and topically relevant, and then he just got sick of that entirely and was like, I'm going to go make movies with Steve Martin and volcanoes.
I think more likely it was, I'm going to cash in.
Yeah.
Because the state of the BBC and original films at that point, as we talked in the Alan Clark episode, thanks to Margaret Thatcher, Maggie, she's not here right now. Was fairly dire. So you had a lot of directors from that late 70s, early 80s who skipped on over the pond.
Sure.
Clark was going to try to, as I think we discussed. Right?
Yeah, he was in Los Angeles when he passed away, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only getting it wackier for our hack part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we pair LA Story and The Bodyguard.
What are we watching next week?
Next week is going to be LA Story.
Okay. Very good. I can't wait.
Finish things out with The Bodyguard.
All right.
The Queen of the Night.
Ryan, thank you for the theme song.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching the movie.
I wish I could return.
Thomas, thank you for picking Jackson and pairing these movies up. It was pretty wild pairing. Well done.
Yeah, it was a great Friday night doing that double feature with the spouse. So.
Yeah, as long as Volcano's second, you end on a dumb shrug of a note and not wanting to kill yourself note.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Well, hopefully we'll all make it to next week, LA Story. You know, they don't make enough movies about Los Angeles, do they?
You know what? I am surprised. I think they should put together a LA movie board to encourage people to shoot more movies in Los Angeles. Everything's being shot in Louisiana these days.
Agreed.
Yeah.
The other LA.
Yeah. Is that it? We'll have Andy will be with us next week. My wife.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And she will watch the movies, Ryan.
Good job. Make sure she doesn't watch Volcano on accident.
All right, guys. Thank you. Whoa, was there lava in here? What the hell was that?
Together, that makes us flash gorgeous. Flash gorgeous. I'm not talking at you. I'm talking to you. Flash gorgeous. I don't want to hear about you. I want to hear from you. It's 10-4. 10-4, old buddies. Destroy. Kill all hippies.
I don't hate it. I just don't know why you strayed from the formula.
You bastards! In case you don't know it, Bob, I'm an artist! And I must reflect that in my rhyme.
We love it. This summer, you can't spell lava without LA. We love it. We love it. This summer, the lava leaves the lamp. Volcano, get up, get down. 9/11 is a joke in your town. We love it.
Whoops. Tell my wife I love her and I'm sorry I'm the Zodiac Killer.
We love it.